Welcome back to my channel, and let's tune into tarot for the month of August 2021. For anyone with a sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Cancer, this reading is for you. Do keep in mind this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone, but take what resonates and leave the rest behind for someone else. I hope you find some insight and guidance into your month ahead. So let's go ahead and jump in. For the first week of the month, Cancers, we do have the Nine of Cups reversed. So in the upright version of this card, this is sort of a wish fulfillment. So it's achieving what you want. So in the reverse position, it's a lack of fulfillment. It's a lack of emotional balance. It's a card that I'm sort of getting the sense that you're disappointed in yourself or disappointed with what you've achieved thus far, like in the recent past. So let's say the month of June, or July rather, or the last couple months, maybe you haven't been as productive as you would have liked, right? Like you've had an agenda, you wanted to get certain steps taken care of or a certain amount of progress on a project, and that just didn't happen. For whatever reasons, maybe various reasons. So you might be feeling disappointed in yourself or disappointed with the progress you've been making lately. Or in another sense, you may be achieving a lot and your business may be very successful and you may be feeling very successful, but it's not bringing you the happiness that you thought it would. It's like maybe you're working really hard and you're making a lot of money, but you're losing out on the human to human connection. You're not spending time with your friends or your family, and your life is not feeling balanced. It's not bringing you the happiness that you want it to. So this is a good time to sort of reevaluate where you're at, what you want, and sort of ask why you're on this mission to begin with, and how can you shift things in order to bring more alignment to your path, between your heart and the path that you're walking, because it seems like whatever's unfolding or what's not unfolding is leaving you with feeling disappointment and unfulfilled. And so how can you shift things in order to bring fulfillment back into your life? How can you bring in more human to human connection? These are some questions that might be coming up. And then in the second week, we do have the Chariot card reversed. So this is speaking to the fact that you feel like you have little control over the direction of your life right now. You're having some trouble directing your path. And maybe, again, this is sort of bringing into question the path you're walking in. Is it in alignment with what you want? How can you regain control over what's happening and over where you're going? It seems like you need to get clear on that. There's some maybe confusion or some lack of confidence or lack of belief or just some misalignment somewhere within you and your mission that needs to be addressed in the first half of the month. And then in the third week, we have the Hierophant reversed. So this is speaking to looking within, once again, to your inner teacher or your inner Buddha, and seeking wisdom within yourself versus outside of yourself. So you don't need to go talk to a counselor or a therapist or a spiritual advisor of some kind. The answers are within you. And so you do need to seek guidance from within in order to make sure that you are walking the path of your highest destiny and your truest purpose. In the last week, we have the Tower reversed. So we've got all 4 reversed cards this week for Cancers. The Tower reversed speaks to an internal awakening, a transformation or a change that's happening within. It can be a spiritual awakening. It's certainly a change in perspective or philosophy or ideals that happens suddenly. And so maybe there's some kind of an epiphany that occurs in the last part of the month, that's creating it, like blows your crown chakra wide open. And so, like I said, you have kind of this changed perspective on life and what you want and the path that you're walking. It's an internal awakening or a spiritual awakening that's that people are not aware of necessarily. It's not a shift or transformation that is happening or being expressed outwardly. It's, again, something happening within. So it's a very internalized month, it looks like, for Cancers, and just doing a lot of evaluation, self-evaluation, and questioning, why you're on the mission you're on, and is it in alignment with what you want still? Because we're constantly growing and constantly changing, and our environments shift. The people in our lives come and go, and often the people who we are around influence us and influence our beliefs and influence our wants and our desires. And so it seems like there's some shifting going on this month, especially, where you're bringing into question what the path that you're on, and is it truly in alignment with what you want and your highest mission. So there were 2 messages from the Oracle that popped out this month. I'll go ahead and speak to both of them. The first one is the Hollow Bone. It talks about teachability, and I've never seen this card before, so I will read it from the book, the message from the Oracle, and then I'll probably just do a quick overview on the next card. So this is number 28, and again, it speaks to teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the doer and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow Bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy texts. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life, and as important as the brightest sun. So one thing I wanted to speak to in this message is in regards to, this will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. So often with the Tower reversed, it can speak to resisting a change or a transformation that's wanting to unfold because you're scared or you're fearful of that shift and what that will bring. So there's a message here, that see the opportunity in this change, in this transformation, and don't fear it so much. Even though it's a sudden change or shift, it doesn't have to be scary or dangerous, but try to see the opportunities that unfold from this transformation, even if it is an internal awakening. And what else in this I wanted to speak to? Eliminate the doer. So in this first week, where we're sort of disappointed in our accomplishments or disappointed in our progress with a certain project or just within ourselves, we're disappointed in how much progress we've made with something. Eliminate the doer. Allow things to happen of their own accord. See the purpose in the quietness of July or June, like kind of the slow nature with the Mercury retrograde. Things did slow down in June and July, and so see the purpose in that. There was a purpose, and it's allowing you now to be in a frame of mind where you're having to reevaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. So see the purpose in the pause and allow things to happen of their own accord. And that's kind of what I want to bring up in that message. And then the other card that popped out was the Dragon's Hoard, which I've pulled before. This is speaking to your legacy and your future, protecting the future. Often this can speak to the Dragon's Hoard being like this treasure chest of jewels and beautiful, bright, shiny objects. And to me, it's bringing out the message of material wealth and financial security. And does that truly bring you happiness? Not necessarily. And often it won't. I mean, there's certainly some level of happiness that can evolve from a certain level of financial security. But beyond that, more money does not equate to more happiness. So it's finding the fulfillment in serving humanity and finding fulfillment in being of service to others versus being of service to self and doing it more for self-serving purposes. So I think there's maybe a philosophy shift or perspective shift that will be unfolding this month for Cancers, and a lot of internal work and kind of self-evaluation that will be unfolding. So Cancer, if this resonated with you, please comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with any of your Cancer friends. I do hope, again, you found some guidance and insight for your month ahead, and thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next month. Take care.